and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys like this new frame, this new setup for future videos. If you do, or even if you don't, just comment down below and let me know what are your thoughts. But before starting this video, I want to quickly give credit to the person who inspired me to make this video, and that is Emmy. You can check out her channel. The link will be in the description box below. So she made this video wherein she shared 21 different books from 21 different countries. And after watching that, I realized that unknowingly or surprisingly, even I, in the past 1 month or 45 days, have read almost 6 or 7 books from 6 to 7 different countries. And I was like, voila, this is such a great idea, even I can make this video. I quickly read 3 more books from 3 other countries, and that's how I came up with this video. So in this video, you will find me sharing 10 books which I read in the past 1 month or 45 days from 10 different countries. These books are either published or are based in their respective countries. So I hope you enjoy watching this video, and I hope you find one book for yourself. So I'm sharing the list in alphabetical order as per the country, and the first country is Afghanistan. And the book that I read is The Dressmaker of Khair Khana. It is a short book which is based on true story about women under the Taliban rule, and I feel like it is a great book. It's a book which I'll highly recommend you guys to read. It depicts the actual situation of women under Taliban rule. It's actually written by a journalist who traveled to Afghanistan to cover up stories of female entrepreneurs in Afghanistan. Being a female entrepreneur in itself is difficult, and that too under Taliban rule is a story in itself. So this journalist found out this woman named Camilla, who started her business as a dressmaker or a tailor, and not only that, she earned for herself, but she employed and she gave jobs to other young women of Afghanistan. And of course this wasn't easy, but that's the whole story, how she fought not only Taliban, the society, and every other person. It's a short story, easy read, and I'll highly recommend you guys to read it. Alright, so the second book is from our country, that is India, and it is a novella, Ghachar Ghochar. I know the name is quite interesting, but what attracted me was the cover. I mean, look at it. And after reading it, I will say it's a psychological thriller, and the ending will force you to intuit and to comprehend the story once again from the starting. It's a short story, and it's about a close-knit family, a South Indian family, whose ascent we follow when they were poor, and how they became rich through a business, a spice business. And it's about the whole family drama, conspiracies here and there. I quite enjoyed it. You can read it in just one sitting. If you will read between the lines, you'll understand the story. That's my one tip without spoiling anything about the book. Now the next book is another short book from Japan, Earthlings. This is a book about which I have mixed opinions, majorly because of the ending. I just couldn't take it. It was too gruesome, too disturbing for me. Though, I will say that it is addictive, it is gripping. The whole story is a page-turning novel for sure. But as the story progresses, it becomes dark. Though it starts as such a cute story. We have this child who believes that her toy named Pewt is not from Earth, and this toy is an alien, and she wants to go to another planet. She shares this story with her friend, her cousin, and it's the narration is from a child's perspective. That's quite something that I like. But as the story progresses, it deals with some serious issues. It talks about societal norms, it talks about freedom, absolute freedom. It talks about child abuse and whatnot. And all the scenes are too graphic. Like, some scenes were too graphic for me to take in. Next, I have a Lebanese book, and it is none other than The Prophet. Now, I feel like I am not even worthy enough to review this book, and I'm just sharing my first impressions of this book. This is a spiritual book. It covers various different topics. It has 26 prose or poetry, and each and every poetry has so much to offer. There's so much to learn from each and every different line. You can form different meanings from just one word or one different line. Each and every line is quotable, and like it's, you know, the OG of poetry. You have to learn, you have so much to learn from it. It has so much to offer, though I'm not a lot into spirituality, but this one talks about everything, about humans, about family, about relationships, about friendship, about pleasure, about giving, about taking, about life in general, everything. Now, this next book is one of the thickest classics I've read till now. It is from Russia and is written by one of the greatest storytellers of all time, Leo Tolstoy. And the book I'm talking about is none other than Anna Karenina. Oh my God, I mean, this is definitely a masterpiece. I've heard so much about this book, but I was afraid to pick it up because of how thick it is. But the writing is so flowy. Like, as I said, he's a great storyteller. The story is about this, you know, this woman named Anna. I'm sure you must know that it's about her affair with a young man and everything that goes behind it, you know, their attraction to each other, how maddening it gets till the end. It deals with a lot of topics. It talks about the culture of that time, you know, how the community was, a lot of other issues, social issues as well. Now, this next book is hands down one of the most underrated books I've come across. No one is talking about it on YouTube or Instagram, but while reading it, I was literally sobbing uncontrollably. It's from Saudi Arabia and the book is Princess. The story is a real life story of the princesses or royal princesses of Saudi Arabia, and imagine, like, the story which is told in this book was so devastating for me to believe, and I thank myself to have been born in a country like India where I have some rights. I mean, in the late 80s or 90s or 60s, father marrying off his daughter, 16-year-old daughter, to a 40-year-old man willingly, and that to a royal princess. Imagine the state of a normal woman in Saudi Arabia. The story is of royal princesses, and then too they suffered so much. I'll highly recommend you guys to read this book. This definitely made me feel better in a way that, oh, thank God, I'm grateful for the life that I have being a girl. Now, my next book is one of the most popular books of the recent times, and I actually read it 2 months back, but I'm just including this in this video because it's from Sweden, and the book is A Man Called Ove. Now, this is one of those feel-good books which I feel like everybody should read because it has all the elements. It is witty at times. It gives out some emotions as well. It has a little bit of romance as well, and all those feel-good books, feel-good elements to it. It is about this old man named Ove who lives alone and who might come across as, you know, this grumpy old man who's a bit rude, but then once you understand him, you realize that he's not rude or he's not wrong at all. He has his reasons to do things a certain way, and at times, I mean, at a lot of times, he is quite right about things. And this book provides a different perspective of an old man, in this time and age where we are moving in a certain direction, you know, young people. This is a book which I will highly recommend you guys to read. It's very easy to read as well, the language, and the story will definitely make you feel good. Now, my next read was from Turkey. It is none other than 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak. It is one such book which I feel like I need to understand more because I go blindly when I pick up a book. I had no clue when I started reading it that it's a spiritual book. It's heavy on literature. I thought it's a contemporary romance novel or maybe just a contemporary book of the coming age, but it talks about spirituality. It talks about Rumi. It has 2 different timelines. It talks about Rumi and Shams from the 13th century, and we have a woman of in the present age as well. It is a book which is, I feel like, heavy to take in, so I will be reading it again, but I felt like it was a good book, definitely, but I need to understand it more. So yeah, that is something. Now my next book is from US. For US, I had so many options because lately I've read a lot of books, from US. We all do. But this is a book which is known as American Kingpin. And oh my God, it's a true crime thriller, and I don't know why no one talks about it. It's definitely an underrated book, but I will highly recommend you guys to read it, to pick it up right now if you like thrillers. If you don't even like thrillers, this is a book which you need to read, which you need to learn about. It's about this guy, real guy, Ross Ulbricht. Ulbricht, yes, that's how I feel like you pronounce his name. You can Google it. So he built up this website known as Amazon for Drugs. The actual name was Silk Road, wherein, people sold drugs online in America, and this became such a trouble for American government. And everybody was searching for this person. So it's the whole story, how they caught him, how he actually started this website, because he is an intelligent person. He is in jail right now. No spoilers here. You can obviously search everything. Everything is available on Google, but this is definitely a page-turning novel. He is a physicist. He is an intelligent person, but why did he make a website on drugs? For that, you will have to read this book. Highly, highly recommend it. You can see from my face how much I enjoyed it. Last but not the least, I have a book from United Kingdoms. And when it's from UK, it has to be a classic, and it's none other than by Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibility. Now, Sense and Sensibility is about these two young sisters who are just the opposite. Where Eleanor is this rational young girl, Marianne is quite sensitive. And because of these traits, they are looking for opposite matches as well. Looking for their prospective man in future to be married to. And it's the story how they find that ideal man for themselves, what are the struggles, and of course this book is about the society in that time and age as well, the culture, greed, money and whatnot. Definitely one of those classic Jane Austen novel. I quite enjoyed it, and it is said that it is a feminist novel. I'll agree, because a lot of topics are around women in this book, definitely. So yeah, that's it with this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's cloudy. It's only like 3:30 in the afternoon, but since it's raining, it's become cloudy, and I actually film natural light, which is why you may see the difference in lighting in this video. I apologize for it. But yeah, that's it. But I hope you enjoyed this video, the content, and I'll see you later with another video. Until then, bye-bye.